Yes, yes, please carry on.
So I was putting another scenario. So let's say sometime company give you a fixed benefits. So let's say 1,000 rupees for your broadband, 500 rupees your mobile or something. So let's say you are getting a fixed amount of 1,500, and they are not bothered whether you spent it or not spent it.
Perfect.
Right? If
Perfect.
reimbursement is just opposite, you have to claim your bill, then you will get the reimbursement. Instead of you are getting the fixed amount and they are not bothered whether you have spent it or not spent it.
Got it. Got it. Will it be
Sodexo coupon is
taxable
one
or
of
not?
that
That's what you're
example.
saying. Sorry, Samir.
Sodexo coupon is one of the example. Like company will give it to you whether you want to.
Yeah.
spend
So
it or not.
again, this is another example of something that is not covered in our syllabus. But let me just answer. That is actually taxable. That is actually taxable. But there are some exemptions available to it. For example, for meal coupon, no, like Sodexo Sami mentioned, there is 50 rupees per day exemption is available to every employee, which is why the Sodexo credit you must have seen in your company, it must be 1,500 per month, like that. Because as per exemption, only 50 rupees per day per working day comes to that much amount only. So they don't want the employee to be taxed for unnecessary amounts. Now, similarly for broadband also, there was actually no provision earlier, but because of the COVID, there was a lot of demand in the market and many people approached the MCA. So they have brought in some exemptions specifically for broadband and few other exemptions, similar exemptions. And you must have heard and you must have been told by your HR in your company also that please give us what do you call it, the invoices for broadband services, for telephone bills, for other similar expenses, few expenses. So there is an additional exemptions that has been allowed by the income tax department, because of which these have been brought in. Again, we are not going into specific provisions, but yeah, these are there. Yeah, but these are completely taxable because these are being paid by the employer to the employee. So these are not in the similar nature as reimbursement. Reimbursement is something different. So most of the time in your company, you must have seen reimbursement is not paid at the time of salary. Reimbursement has a separate schedule. If you deposit today, within 10 days, if you deposit today, within 7 days, like that. It doesn't come with the salary. So it has a whole different characteristics on it. That's why it is not taxable in the hands of the employee. Does that clarify things? Any follow-up question?
No, thanks. So it is a taxable. So so if any question comes in, we can assume like it is fully taxable, right?
Yes. Hey, it won't be there. It's okay. It's too much in detail. Not going to be there in our exam. Okay. Now that we are done with that, let me quickly go to another provision, which is for personal use of asset. Now, there was something similar to this. This laptop and computer was somewhere else also, other assets was somewhere else also. Can somebody remind me what was that provision? What was that provision about? Anybody? Anybody remembers what was the provision for sale of an asset by the employer to an employee?
That motor and electronics equipment, right?
Perfect.
Electronics
Yes.
equipment.
Yes. Can you please repeat the provision?
Electronic
50% for electronics items, 20%
Perfect.
for motor vehicles, and 10% for other items, and 50 and 20% would be in written down value method, and 10% is in the straight line deduction method.
Yes.
And the overall value would be the actual price minus the reduced value minus the amount recovered.
Perfect. Now look at this. So that was sell of an asset. This is use of an asset. Now, when will the use of an asset be taxable in the hands of employee? Now imagine this. Most of you must be working at home, right? Now you must be having some laptop with you. Now, should you have to pay some tax for the laptop that you have from the company?
No, we are not getting any benefit out of it, right? It's just something like.
Then
company's
tell
responsibility.
me a scenario in which you may get a benefit, please.
If they are later giving it to us, we don't have to return it.
That will be sell only. That is covered by other
Okay.
provision.
Okay.
That will be
I'll
sell
give an
only.
example of
No, anything which is for personal use, not for official purpose.
Yes. So if you are using that's where the that what do you call it? The line is right. As long as you are using it for office purpose, that's fine. You are not getting any benefits. The moment it becomes personal use, that becomes personal. Now, what is the example of it? Suppose the company has given you a car. Okay, the car, sometimes they will give you saying that, you know what, you can only use it for coming to office, going from office, or any office visits. Some other company will give you benefit. They'll give you the car, sell, you know what, this is yours, do whatever you want to do. So in that you can do your personal thing, you can go for a trek, you can go for a shopping and stuff like that. So that's where the personal use comes into picture. Now, the moment the personal use is there, so this provision is getting hit by that.
So driver is also coming under this head only, right?
Yes, driver is also, yes.
And any this company given apartment home, that is also here only.
No, can somebody please answer what Saurav asked? Company has given a home, and that home does not include any sofa, bed, or anything. So it is unfurnished. I just gave a hint.
We have that
We
unfurnished.
have provisions for that.
We have a separate provision for it.
Okay, so we have separate.
When we have an unfurnished accommodation, Saurav, can you please repeat what was the provision for it? How is it taxable?
Based on the population.
Furnished home, we had based on population. Yeah, so if city is having more than 55 lakh population, then 15% of salary. If the population is between 10 to 25 lakh, then 10% of salary, and below 10 lakh population, 7.5% salary.
The other category?
The other category,
this was owned by the employer. Another was hired by the employer or leased by the employer.
I don't know the category.
No problem.
Amount of rent or 15% of salary, whichever is lower.
Absolutely correct. So basically, if it is about house, it is being covered by another provision. So we are not going to include it here. Okay.
The one which I told, that is owned by employer, right?
Yes.
If
that
it is
owned
hired by employer, then
yes.
it is a different provision.
I think Anvesh has just answered that. You heard that, right?
I heard it, but I didn't catch it. Anvesa, can you ping in the chat, please?
Repeat it once more, no? Can somebody else repeat, please, the other one? If it is hired or leased by the employer?
If it is leased by the employer, then the amount of the leased amount or 15% of the employee's salary, whichever is lower.
Yes. Perfect. Now that we have discussed this, let me go into the provision. Here, if a personal use asset or asset is given for personal use, only then personal use should be there. Official use, fine, because official use, no tax, no benefit, no tax. If it is personal use, if it is a laptop or computer, it is completely exempt. No taxable, no taxation. Okay. If it is a laptop or computer given for personal use of an employee, no, there is no tax on it. If it is other assets, then there are two categories. One category is owned by the employer, one category is hired by the employer. In case of owned by the employer, 10% of actual cost minus recovery would be taxable. If it is hired by the employer, the higher charges minus recovery would be taxable. Very simple provision. Again repeating, if it is a movable asset for personal use, then the tax amount is for laptop or computer completely exempt. Other assets, two categories. One is owned by the employer. In that case, 10% of the cost minus recovery is taxable. In case of other assets, actual higher charges minus recovery is taxable. Any questions on that? They're pretty much straightforward. Okay. Now that we have discussed that, let's go to this question. Give me 1 second.
Just quick check.
Please, please.
Actual recovery means what is it? Actual recovery.
So suppose I'm the employer, you're the employee. Okay. So I had some spare laptops. You were in need of laptop. You just asked, Sir Dheeraj, I'm in need of laptop. I can't purchase it. Just give it to me for personal use. I'll return it later. Okay. So I just give you, but I told you, you know what? But this laptop you're going to use, so its value will reduce. So just pay me minimal amount. Suppose 500 per month. You pay. So that 500 amount, no, is the recovery. So which I'm recovering from you.
Okay.
Okay.
So the actual amount is that it can be like 10% multiplied by that actual.
That actual cost I have. Whatever cost I must have purchased that laptop for. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. Now that we have discussed that provision, let's read this particular portion of this question. He was allowed, he as in the employee was allowed to use the video camera and laptop belonging to the company. The company had purchased these assets for 40,000 and 2 lakhs respectively. Now, please be careful. There are two assets here. One is video camera, one is laptop. Now, you tell me.
Laptop is fully exempted. Video
Perfect.
camera will come under electronic component.
Perfect. Sorry, electronic component you said. No. There is no electronic component section in this provision. Can you, so I'll revise the provision for you once more. The provision is, now we are talking about what? Use of movable asset. Use of movable asset. If it is a computer or laptop, fully exempt. If it is an other asset, there are two categories. One is hired by the employer, one is owned by the employer. If it is owned by the employer, it is 10% of the cost minus recovery is taxable. If it is hired by the employer, higher charges paid minus actual recovery would be taxable. Okay, there is no equipment. There is no electronic equipment provision here.
Understood.
Yeah, perfect.
So any kind of asset will be considered with the same.
In
any
other
kind
assets
of asset.
Yes. In the other assets category. Absolutely correct. Now, you can somebody please tell me what will be the amount of taxable value for the video camera?
10% of
10% of 40,000, but we don't have the recovery amount. Right?
So it will be 0.
So it will be 0.
Okay.
Absolutely correct. So 4,000 will be taxable. Everybody agrees to it? Any questions?
Yeah.
Okay. Now that we have discussed that, can somebody please repeat that provision, particular provision?
For movable assets for personal use, if it is laptop or computer, it is completely exempt. If it is owned by the employer, then it is 10% of the price of the asset minus the recovery amount is taxable. And if it is hired, then the higher charges minus the recovery amount.
That is absolutely correct. Can somebody please?
So if it is higher, doesn't matter what is the cost and all. Whatever is the hired amount, that will go on.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely. You will ignore the cost, even if it is given in the question. It might be given in fact. It might be given just to confuse. Okay. Now that we have discussed that, can somebody please remind me the provision of commuted pension, please?
For government employees, completely exempt. For employees under the Gratuity Act, it is 1/3 of the total salary. So the commuted amount divided by the portion commuted. And for employees not under the Gratuity Act, it is half of the commuted amount divided by the portion commuted.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Now, I'm not going to revise the other provisions because we are almost left with some very few minutes. I have one or two more provisions, but actually I'm not prepared well for it. So I don't want to pick those because I faced a little difficulty in that leave encashment. So I don't want to face the difficulty. I want to do my homework, then only I'll introduce provisions to you. So I'll cover those little later. But let me cover in the meantime the basics, few basics, very simple ones. Let's come to one provision which is called slab rate. Now, does anyone remember the slab rate as of now? Let me see. Everybody must be dealing with it on year basis. You must be seeing your TDS being deducted from your salary. Any slab rate, anybody remembers? What was it?
So old regime 0 to 2.5 lakh exempted.
Yes.
2.5 to 5 lakh is 5%.
Yes.
And 5 to 10%. No, 5 lakh to 10 lakh is 20%.
Yes.
And 10 lakh to 20 lakh is 30%. No, sorry, 20%. And 20 lakh and above is 30%. Is that correct?
You made a mistake, small mistake. It's okay. It's okay. But you're, I think,
It's,
70.
I think 10 to 15 is 20%. 15.
No. Still incorrect.
Sorry.
Still incorrect.
5. Then I know one place. I think 5 to 7.5. I made something. Yeah.
5 to 10 lakh, 20%, and about 10.
No. Yeah. I remember now. I think 0 to 2.5 it's exempted.
Yes.
2.5 to 5 is 5%.
Yes.
5 to 7.5 is 20%, and 10 lakh and above 20%.
No. That is incorrect.
7.5.
No, that is incorrect.
Same only, right?
No. It's okay. Let's look at this. That's all right. Let's look at this. So this is the normal slab rate. So income up to 2.5 lakhs, 2,50,000 is fully exempt. 2.5 to 5 lakhs is 5%. 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs is 20%. 10 lakhs and above it is 30%. I think Joshi was saying this one only. So that is correct one. So before,
There
don't
is
look
no
at
concept of 10%. That's where.
yes. So please don't look at any other table. Okay. So whatever I'm highlighting, only look at that, because we are going to practice a lot of questions. Then only we move to anything else. Now, as I said, till 2.5 lakhs, it is nil. 2.5 to 5 lakhs, it's 5%. 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs, 20%. Above 10 lakhs is 30%. Okay. Now, can you please?
This is old regime. This is old regime or new regime?
This is old one. This is old one.
But there was somewhere 10%, no?
No. 10%
Earlier?
was not that. No.
Ever, no?
Earlier. Few years back. It is not there anymore. Yeah. Now that we have discussed this, can you please calculate tax on 11,50,000 and tell me how much tax a person has to pay? So I'm saying 11,50,000. Anybody calculated?
Eleven lakh 50,000 you asked, right?
11,50,000. Yes.
It is coming 1,57,500.
1,57,500 is the correct answer. Everybody got it? If you're stuck somewhere, please tell me, because I'm telling you there will be a 5 marks question on this for sure. There will be a question from Slab for sure. This is very common. We will complete this today, and then only we will end the discussion. Tell me please where you are stuck. Anybody? Where you are finding the difficulty? If not, did everybody get the answer? 157,500. Yes.
We will not have Excel, right, in the exam?
No.
That's confirmed.
Yes. Good. Fully on paper. Very clearly he said. So either you can use Excel for calculations, because
Yeah, I think that's better, and then we can copy.
whatever you are comfortable. I think I am comfortable. I'm more comfortable with calculator. I mean, in my profession, that is more used, so I'm more comfortable with it. So I would rather use a calculator. But whatever you are comfortable with, go for that.
But
yeah.
It's fine. We can manage it.
Yeah.
How we will do in offline exam. That's
So did everybody
we can
get
make
it?
a practice now only.
Yes. Very true. Any doubts, guys? Did you get it? 157,500.
Yes, Dheeraj.
Got it, Dheeraj.
Awesome. Okay. Now, whenever you are calculating it, always add 4% to the tax. Always add. So whatever tax is, you multiply 4% to it. Okay. Whatever tax, on the tax, not the income. On the tax, you will multiply 4%. Whatever amount that comes, you add these two values. Okay.
No, this is for which cess? Education cess.
SHEC. Secondary and higher education cess. Secondary and higher education cess.
But this was supposed to be the taxable amount, not the exemption amount, right? Then why are we adding the cess and not subtracting?
Can you repeat the question? Sorry.
I was saying that this is the taxable amount, total taxable amount of the salary, right? Not
Yes.
the exemption amount. So then why are we adding the cess? We should be subtracting the cess, right?
We're paying the tax on this, right?
No, one second. Let me answer that. I'm sorry. Anvesa, do you know what is cess? What is the meaning of cess?
Discount.
Okay. No, actually, in terms of income tax, cess is something else only. So what happens is the Constitution allows the income tax department to recover certain amount as a kind of gross amount. Okay. For example, whatever income tax that you are paying, income tax department can take it and give it to government, and government can use it for any purpose. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
However, Constitution gives another right to the income tax department, that it can fix the purpose of the money for which it is going to be collected from the taxpayer. What I said, I'll repeat that. There are certain...
Okay, like the Swachh Bharat cess or the Krishi
Exactly.
Kalyan, all those,
Absolutely correct. Swachh Bharat says, secondary education says, earlier it was education says. So it is just another type of tax. It is not discount. It is just another type of tax. The only difference is the purpose is already fixed. The income tax department cannot use it, or the government cannot use it for any other purpose other than Swachh Bharat Abhiyan or for say education purpose, as the case may be, whatever the purpose of it is. Makes sense, right? So it is going to be
And it's
added. It is not a
only
discount.
So it's a 4%, right?
Got
Says
once in a
says
year,
all
right?
this is maximum 4%, right?
It is 4% as of now. Yes, yes.
Every month 4%.
No,
Month?
it's once in a year, right? At the
Yeah,
end of
it's not-
March, they collect it, right?
Yeah, it's not month.
March salary, they collect it.
So in your salary slip,
Yep.
when you must have seen
Im-
the tax calculation, there also you
Hmm.
must have 4% there, but it is not monthly. It is actually per annum only. But that amount
Dheeraj,
it
he
is,
might be talking about the professional tax or something. That is per month, but this
Okay.
one is towards the end of the year, right? March 31st
even
salary.
even professional tax also it's per annum. The difference is
Per annum, huh? Okay.
it's per annum only. The difference is what amount you are multiplying it with. If you are multiplying it with monthly salary, then it will be giving you the monthly amount. If you are multiplying it with the annual salary, it will give you the whole year amount. But that percentage that you are multiplying, no, it is the per annum percentage only.
Correct. Judge. The percentage is
The
multiplied
amount
per
will be
annum,
same.
but the amount will be deducted every month.
Yes.
So for
yes.
example, if 12,000 is like the percentage after deducting like from salary 4%,
Yes.
if we are getting the amount as 12,000 per annum, these 12,000 will be like deducted every month. Like it is
Yes.
divided by 12.
Yes. That is correct. That is
So
absolutely.
that's the advanced tax collection, nothing else. By
They call it
That
TDS.
different companies, I think different way they do it. No? Sometimes they collect at the end
Yeah.
of the year. Some people middle of the year. I mean the monthly.
Anyway,
Uh,
I'm sorry to interrupt. Dheeraj, until what time you are planning to take this session? Actually, I have another meeting.
I was planning to end it by 8:30 only, but yeah, it is getting extended. That's all right. As long as we are clear with this concept, I'll have at least 3-4 more examples. Then I will end it. Yeah, yeah. John,
Drop
to
off
answer.
in between that.
Sorry, come again.
I'm saying I'll drop off in between. We'll refer
That's
to
all
the
right.
recording.
Yeah. You can see the recording anyways. That the backup is there. John, to answer your question, it's actually responsibility of every company to calculate TDS every month. They don't have an
Mhm.
option.
No, I was
However,
talking about the cess part only. Professional tax, you're right. Actually, every month they cut.
yeah,
The cess, the education cess, they do it at the end of the year based on what if it is changing 3.5 to 4 or 4 like that. Then they do it at the end of the year. For us, it is like that. Maybe it's different. That's what I was
no.
thinking.
They're
Yeah.
supposed to do it every month only. They're supposed to do it every month only, but they must be doing some here and there adjustments. They have that right. If suppose your TDS is deducted less in this month, no, they adjust it in the next month. If it is less in that month, then at the end of the year, at least in March, also they deduct. So that leeway is given to the employer by the department, so they can do that. Yeah, I agree for sure.
Thanks.
Okay, so the logic of this whole discussion was every time you are calculating the tax and you have a slab rate question, always calculate the secondary and higher education says that is 4%, and that 4% always remember is on the tax amount, not the income. Now let me give you one more. Please calculate tax on 7,75,000.
So says tax is tax on tax.
Absolutely correct.
Dheeraj, can you tell the amount once again?
7,75,000.
Okay.
Can you please show the provision once more?
Yes, sure. No. Let me not show. Can you please repeat? Can somebody please repeat? My bad. I should not have shown. Can somebody please repeat for her? What was the provision?
The slab rates, Dheeraj.
Yes. Slab rates.
So up to 2.5 lakh, it is nil.
Yes.
Then 2.5 is 5%, 5 to 10 is 20%, and above 10 is 30%.
Perfect. Makes sense, right? You got it?
Yeah.
Yes,
This is old regime. This is old regime. Now new regime it is different.
We are only discussing one table. I'm not going to discuss any other table today because this is
Sure,
the
sure,
most
no,
important one. Yeah. If you understand this, no, everything else will be like that one. It will be done.
Yeah.
So 7,75,000, please.
7,75,000 is the total income, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let me like verbalize it. I'm not sure where I'm like right or wrong. Till 2.5 lakhs, it's nil. So there will be no tax. So next, beyond 2.5, above 2.5 to 5 lakhs. So what we are doing, 10% multiplied, no, not 10%, 20% multiplied by 5 lakhs minus 2.5.
Perfect.
So it is nothing but 20 multiplied by 2.5 lakhs.
Okay. 20 multiplied by 2.5 lakhs.
No. 10% multiplied by 2 lakhs 50,000.
No, that is incorrect.
There's no 10%. There's 5, 20, and 30%.
2.5.
5% only, right? 5 into 2.
5 in
No, we don't have 5 to 10 lakhs,
plus
Dheeraj.
5% of 2.5 lakhs and 20% of
Sami, to answer your question, we have 5 to 10 lakhs, but the rate is not 10%, rate is
Correct.
20%.
Correct.
And
Correct.
also 7,75,000 minus 5 lakhs is not 2,50,000.
No, I was telling about 2.5 to 5 lakhs range.
Then that is not 20%.
That is 5%, right?
That is 5%.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
So
5% multiplied by
1,17,000 is incorrect answer, Saurav. Can you check the calculation?
7,500.
Sorry, come again.
57,500.
67,500 is the incorrect answer.
57,500.
57 you're saying?
Yeah.
No, incorrect.
Getting
Sorry.
700 only.
If you add
Okay, I did not add the 4% cess. Yeah.
59,800.
Sorry, come again.
Is it 59,800?
500 into
No,
1.04. 70,200.
70,200 is the correct answer. Joshi, that was also incorrect. Huh? Please check your calculations. See, guys, I mean, simple mathematics, but we will make mistakes. Please be careful. And this is just 70,200 is correct answer. Sorry, thank you. I mean, see, just in our discussions where there is
Joshi actually did not add the cess.
okay, that might be
Sorry,
possible. Please check, Joshi. Please check. So what I was saying was, just in discussion we're making mistakes, but in exam where there will be pressure and all, we'll definitely make mistakes. So please do practice. I'll have 3-4 more examples, but you do also take some random values and calculate. You can also check your salary slip and check whether the same values are being considered for your TDS purpose. Another nice practice for you. So yeah. Anybody who is not getting it as of now, please tell me where you are stuck.
You just I want to walk you through. So 2.5 lakhs nil. Okay.
Yes.
So next is like you said 7,50,000, right?
7,75,000.
Oh, sorry. 7,75,000. 7,75,000, right?
Yes.
So this will become 7,75,000 minus 5 lakhs into 20%. So it will become 55,000. 55,000 plus 12,500. So this will become 67,500.
Everybody who has already got it, can you please calculate the tax for 3,25,000? 325,000. I'm writing it here. 3,25,000.
$3,900.
3,900 is the correct answer. Thank you. Oh, sorry, 3,900 is the correct answer, sir. Yes. Sami, did you do it?
Yeah, I did it, but 3,900 I got it. Like 3,750 is the tax,
Perfect.
then 4% we have to add it to the tax.
The other one?
The other one I am getting 64,800. I'm not sure where I made mistake.
It was 7,75,000. Okay. So
Okay.
what did you? How much tax did you get till
Okay,
5 lakhs? Till 5 lakhs.
till 5
So-
lakhs, it's 12,500, right?
12,500 is the correct answer. How much from
Then
5 lakhs to 7,75,000?
it is 20% multiplied by 7,75,000 minus 5 lakhs.
How much it is? It is.
55,000.
It is 55,000. When you added both, how much did you come to?
67,500.
On 67,500, you calculated 4%, right?
4%. Correct. Yeah.
How much
So
did
I
it
got
come to?
2,700.
When you add 67,500 and 2,700, how much did it come to?
Okay. I subtracted. I got 70,200.
Perfect. That's the correct answer. So please be careful, huh? Don't subtract. So, okay. Now, please, you have got it for 3,25,000. Now, everybody, can you please calculate for 50 lakhs? 50 lakhs, please. One 365,000 is the correct answer. Thank you, sir. Yeah. And with this value, we are going to wind up. Please, everybody who was completing it, you can leave. Tomorrow, I may not be able to have a discussion because I have a dispatch. Day after tomorrow, either way, is the full day off. So we'll manage 2-3 discussions tomorrow for sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thanks. Dheeraj.
Yeah, thank you.
So, Dheeraj, just one quick check. Age of the employee is very much important here, right? Now, all we are calculating is
I'll bring in that discussion. Sam. I'll bring in that discussion. Next time we are going to connect more. I'm not going to complicate that as of now. Let's make it very simple. Then we will have that discussion.
Sure.
Yeah. Did everybody
Thank you,
get it?
Dheeraj.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dheeraj. Good night.
Thank you, Joshi. Thank you.
So only thing is we have to add 4%, right? That's the one.
Yes. Always add 4%. Yes.
Okay. So what about the standard deduction? It will come under salary head, right?
No. Standard deduction fees is for everything except very few.